Hello, how are you? Last week we had quite a few celebration or events, perhaps holidays or festive days. Now they are over. Now we are waiting for spring to come in the especially the temperate region in the northern hemisphere. Of course, in the south, they are getting cooler, of course, except for the tropical or perhaps semi-tropical region. By the way, what kind of events did we have last week in Japan? It doesn't have to be the events. For example, the 11th of February last week was the National Foundation Day in Japan. That's where, well, let's say this country was founded, right? Then on 12th, what was that? Well, that's the Lunar New Year's Day. So I guess Japanese people used to celebrate that day as the New Year's Day. Today, however, it is the 1st of January in the solar calendar. Okay, now on 14th, just passed early this week. What is it? That's right. Japanese people call it Valentine's Day, Valentine Day. But in English, often people call it Saint Valentine's Day. So that's the day of Saint Valentine. By the way, who is Saint Valentine? Remember Santa Claus, that is from Saint Claus or Saint Nicholas or Saint Nicolas. That's right. Saint Valentine is coming from like a San Valentinus or San Valentino. Well, in English, Saint Valentine. Valentine is a pretty common names in the Western world. Mr. Valentine, Miss Valentine, or sometimes Valentine Johnson, Valentine Francis, Valentino Rodriguez, or Valentina Martin, something like that. So, first of all, Valentine is, or Valentine, or Valentino, Valentina are names. Alright? Well, how did it happen? How long have people been celebrating Saint Valentine's Day? Can you guess? Perhaps it doesn't have too long history in Japan or many countries, especially in east part of Asia. Now, nearly 2,000 years ago, we think there was the original Saint Valentine. But then, there are many Saint Valentines exist. But one of the original that many people believe he was a Roman clergyman, or let's say bishop or somebody, who was so enthusiastic about his work. Well, mainly missionary work. So he was a Catholic priest, a clergy. But then that time, nearly 2,000 years ago, in the Roman Empire time, the emperor of the Roman Empire forbade marriage to the soldiers. I don't know the reason, but I guess soldiers would have to travel and they might get killed. And if they had the wife at home, soldiers would not be able to concentrate in killing enemies, perhaps. But then Saint Valentine gave them the holy matrimonies, ritual things. That means he would accept their marriage and they gave them the wedding ceremony. And that's the reason he was prosecuted by hanging, That's one of the stories. Others say February 14th was the day of one of the Roman goddesses. I don't remember the name of the goddess, but to celebrate that day, and that's the day of feast, and also day of love. So some people think that's linked with that. But also Saint Valentine's days sometimes in different churches, not Catholic, Roman Catholic, but different denominations like a Lutheran or Church of England, the Episcopal or Anglican or some Orthodox churches. They are saint days sometimes in July or August or June or summertime. So which is quite interesting. It's the opposite, the season that they celebrate it. But then today, do you know what people would do, especially in the United States? In France, well, I gave grandmother some flowers, or sometimes we would go to a restaurant, or chocolate mousse we eat together, or something like that, but nothing really special. I don't remember very much. But then, back in Los Angeles, California, at home, like when you become junior high school, you can understand more. So we would collect, like my brothers or classmates would put money together, and we would buy a coffee mug or flowers for our homeroom teachers, or to your father or your mother or your aunt or your uncles, or even sometimes your big brothers and sisters. So it's not like Japan that a female would give chocolate to the male to show their love. We would express our affection toward many people whom that we love, and in many various different ways to express our affection. So that's the differences. Well, how would they do it in Korea? Well, I found some of the Korean people are quite romantic, and they would create some very romantic way of celebrating their affection. How about in China? So today, Japanese call Valentine Day, or we call it Saint Valentine's Day. It's becoming very international, but not yet have become global. But English language certainly started off as an international, then now today is global, yes. Do you know any absolutely global cultures or pieces of culture globally. For example, 24-hour time system. Anywhere we travel, we have this exactly the same time system. Also, there's a lunar calendar some people still use yet. When we travel abroad, we have to have port pass. When you port each port, you have to show the pass called the passport. The passport shows your official international, or I should say, the global official birth date according to the solar calendar. So that's international? No, I would say that is global. But then Christmas, okay, it is becoming more and more international, perhaps going toward global, but not yet. Saint Valentine's Day certainly is international, but not yet global. Do you see the differences? Okay, what else are global? Find some of the little pieces, little there, little here. And some of them are, of course, international. Find some differences. Until next time, take care. Bye.